Hello, welcome to Mystic Melodies Tune In Tuesdays. I'm LaFlamme. I just finished recording the new original composition that was inspired by the 4 cards that we pulled for our Tunes in Tarot. And that was designed to use our intuition, our higher self, tap into source and universe, and just study the imagery in the story of all these cards to develop our composition, right? So I'm really stoked. Like I said, I just finished recording a couple of takes, and I'm going to post one alongside the show today and share with you the composition that I truly believe was absolutely touched and inspired by Source and Universe. I'm really excited. I'm proud of it, and I really think you're going to enjoy it. But the song is called Queen in the Making. But before I get into just more of the to-dos on wrapping up the process of laying it down and getting it recorded, etc., I just wanted to share a quick story. Last night on Memorial Day, every year we do a booth there's this caravan festival on Cherokee Street, which we live by. And that's where we exhibit and share our artworks, things for sale. We do jewelry for sale. And this year I did advertised tarot and a bunch of beautiful pieces that were framed, utilizing the cards with just kind of some themes and whatnot. But the coolest thing is I spent a lot of time talking to people about tarot and music lessons and how the music-inspired tarot worked, and how to give, through tarot and the downloading of intuition and the reads and stuff, to give inspiration to all different types of artists, right? Not just musicians. Yeah, I'm a musician and I dabble in art, but this is really about, getting an intuitive read on your creative direction, I guess. So that's it. It went fabulous. It was super long. I think we had a 12-hour day. But we both met a ton of very cool people that were very interested in learning about tarot and sort of waking up to what's happening in the world. And they absolutely loved the art exhibit. It was very interactive and experiential. So we just had a fabulous day. So I'll finish my story real quick. It had been about 12 hours. So we decided, after we packed up everything, we're gonna go get something to eat. So there's a local pub around the corner, and every night they have a live band that has been playing there for 20 years. So we pop in and we're chilling. There's, not a whole lot of people there because it's getting kind of late. But there's this dope ass 3-piece acoustic band that they're super tight, and they've been playing together for 20 years. And they do covers and they do originals, and they're just fantastic, right? So we're sitting there and we're having some drinks and a little appetizer. And all of a sudden I just felt spirit, source just said, you need to go over there and ask them if you can play on their break, because they just went on break. I'm like, okay, cool. So I pop up, I go over there, I introduce myself. Hey, I'm LaFlamme, I'm a musician too. And I said, would you be cool if sometime I would come over on the Monday night and do some original songs during your break? Right? Because it was just kind of dead time, and they put on some cheesy bar music or whatever. And I thought, hey, I could totally fill that in. Well, unbeknownst to me, I had no idea. All of a sudden, I'm given the opportunity at that exact moment. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't have my guitar. I haven't prepped. I don't have anything on me. I didn't even have a pick in my purse, which was really ridiculous. But I always carry pick and capo. But I did have the capo. But anyways, so he sets me up, hooks me up the mic, plugs in is Martin. Oh, like my lyric, right? So I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome because they had beautiful instruments. They're super talented. But anyways, like I wasn't really expecting to play like right at that night, but it was this beautiful stage, has this lovely warm lighting, and I sat down and I played Shine, and I've actually recorded that song on some of the other previous episodes. But what was so great is like I wasn't even nervous at all. It was like I was supposed to be there at that time, in that moment, experiencing the now right then. And the songs came out, and I started to tell a little story about, just a little bit of my journey. And they all knew my dad from It's a Beautiful Day. They all knew White Bird. It was super cool. Like, these are old timers that have been like rock and rollers for a long, long time. And they were like, oh my gosh, cool. So it went pretty well. It didn't go great. And that's just the perfectionist, hone my craft, person where I would have planned the set and all that jazz, right? But this was seriously a moment where I was able just to live in the moment, right? And capture exactly where I was supposed to be at that time and absorb that opportunity. And it just like completely spoke, and it was just indicative of like the cards that we'd pulled for this song. I completely was just filled with strength, right? And even though I was super tired, not totally on my game, I was dedicated to bringing the best I could. And I really did. I brought the best I could, and I was proud of it, and I think they enjoyed it. But the real takeaway was just, wow, the magic of incorporating all the cards into that moment. And it just all made sense, and it was just a perfect moment of just the everlasting eternity being present at the moment. So that's my little story. So we'll move on real quick. I real quick want to revisit, just in case somebody hasn't watched all the episodes, but we had the 4 elements to develop our composition. And the first one was harmony, which is the foundation of the song, and we had the strength card. And then we move on to the melody, which is our story, and we have the chariot card, right? Super cool story card, by the way. And then for the rhythm, which is that pace and tempo and beat and all that, 8 of Pentacles, perfect, working hard, dedicated, committed, honing his craft, ready to present it to everybody, knowing it's dope, like, woo, okay? And then the resolution card, the outcome was the Queen of Pentacles. And, it was just a beautiful combination about bringing, just all the careful planning and the practicality and the compassion into the material world, and which is exactly what we're doing, right? We're bringing forth a piece of music that we can share, right? That we are documenting and recording and capturing the beautiful process of, tapping into source and universe, and just like a big bundle of awesomeness that produces something amazing, right? And so real quick, I'll wrap it up here soon, but I just wanted to recap really quick what I had ready. We had talked about the last episode about having the tools that you need to give this final, basically what I call record, review, revise, and retain. And then we dedicate this song, we put it in our repertoire where we can pull it out later when it's, appropriate and it's meant to be shared. Like sometimes songs aren't meant to be shared immediately. Sometimes they just need to kind of, process and be ready for the perfect time for them to come out. Right. So again, I had my final lyrics down, which I'm going to show you right here. Final lyrics, right? And I did, I noted the chords that I used with the lyrics and the rhythm. and noted the repetitions, meaning, how many times I'm going to play that rhythmic pattern through each of the lyrics. Just did the layout of the song, and I made notes. I made dynamic notes, do I want lower vocals or higher vocals? I put like where I'm repeating the chorus, where's the bridge, just mapped it out, which we talked about last episode, right? Mapping it out, having a plan. Plans work. And then I mentioned before I had all my chords, so I knew exactly what I was doing for each part of the song. I noted my tempo for this song. It was like 70 BPMs, not too fast, not too slow, because I had a lot of lyrics really, and I wanted to be able to get them in there. And then, like I said, I had my chord chart, and the coolest part is that I did the tuning on Lyric, my Martin, right, at 444. And it was just perfect. It was beautiful. Not too high, not too low, not 440, right? So you want to make notes of that. I didn't have a capo for this one. Normally, I always put that on the chord sheet too. Make sure you know that you have a capo on a certain fret. Otherwise, when you go back to revisit it, it's not going to be the same song, right? So anyways, that's that. It's been a long, awesome day, and I would love to hear from you. If you have anything that you've been working on that's tarot inspired, or you feel like it's been inspired by Source in the Universe that you've captured through meditation and, just your own creative process, I'd love to hear it. Please send it to me. I'm happy to check it out. I'd love to share it, hear it. That's fantastic. So please like, share, and subscribe. Now, real quick, I've got Mystic Melody on YouTube, but I have to have so many followers, subscribers, etc. on Rumble to get my Mystic Melody name. So it would mean a ton if you went there, clicked subscribe, follow, like, share, all that good stuff. So thank you for joining me on this Mystic Melodies Tune In Tuesday episode as we wrapped up the awesome Tunes in Tarot. And I think I'm going to do it again down the road for sure, because I had a total awesome blast and I loved it. And I'm super stoked about the song that came from that. So enjoy listening to the song. I'm going to post it right along with the episode. So yeah, enjoy it, and I will see you soon on next Tune In Tuesday with LaFlamme. Bye.